Hello and welcome to our review for Kami no To episode 9. Today a lot of stuff happened and we're going to take a short look at it. And yeah, what exactly happened this week?
Yeah, and how we felt about it. Episode 9, it was an odd one for me. It's a continuation of last week with the whole tag game trying to catch the other guy, the ranker. And well, now I understood the rules of it. It's not exactly tag as we know it, more catching. It's more like capture the flag or flag football, where you try to steal the flag from
flag football
from someone else. Which, fair enough, simple enough, and apparently there was some kind of plan. The last episode started with the betrayal of Endorsi, betraying the other teammates. And we continue from there. Well, the whole episode was about betrayal. It was a big... No, it was not even a sub-theme. It was the main theme, I guess.
Was kind of... it was interesting to see the backstory of a lot of these people, I guess. But it felt like a bit like... And here comes exposition! It was a bit unnecessary.
Very Naruto-esque with the filler episodes of just grafting in, she is doing something that we can't quite explain, so we put some explanatory backstory in there to explain what she just did now, even though it doesn't even make any sense. Which was sad. I mean, it started, the show in general started off, well, the characters were interesting when they were mysterious, when we didn't know much about them, and I think giving the side characters too much backstory or explanatory backstory that feels cheap in many times is not the best way to go with this.
I think it's not necessarily the problem that we know the background of the character. I think it's the problem of how it got presented. If the episode would have started with a flashback of Endorsi, like how she grew up and how her life was, and that she kind of learned to be ruthless to get what she wants, and then she betrays the others and does not explain it, that would be alright for me. But just standing there and be like a Bond villain explaining her evil plan, that's just a bit cheap.
So, when I was younger, really bad shit happened to me, and I did really bad things, and now history is repeating itself. That's why I'm doing bad shit to you. You're right. It's it feels in this case kind of cheap, especially since we got two backstories just thrown in there with To and Endorsi. Yeah, we got that he is somewhat jealous of Yoru, but it didn't make sense to me why he really wants to get rid of him. Does he see him as such a big threat, or is it just that he is annoyed that someone as unseeming as Yoru is after all stronger or more powerful than To is, who is supposed to be strong? I don't know.
Well, From what I got is that since not everyone can pass the test, not everyone can climb the tower, he kind of tried the same thing Endorsi did. Endorsi betrayed the group to kick out everyone who's in her class to make sure that she's going to pass. And I think his plan was kind of the same, that he sees Yoru as too big of a counterpart, too big of a threat to continue climbing, so he wanted to get rid of him.
All right, I understand.
Yeah, to gain some more unpopular opinions for this episode, I thought this was the perfect would have been the perfect situation to give Yoru more personality, but they went with the totally anime stereotypical MC has no personality, he has no personality but is the righteous dude kind of background. And I mean, like, they could have done something
righteous to a fault. Rachel is being stabbed in the back and he just sits there and is like, oh no, what are you doing? You can't do this. I thought we were friends. And then the other guy is...
Yeah. and he's even crying about this other dude killing himself. He should have been like, oh yeah, I don't care about you.
Yeah, and I mean, especially how long it took for to kill himself. It was like, man, just get up and step in, stop the guy. You learned this awesome technique of stopping someone, and we know that he is able to do it from far away. It's not just that he has to touch the other ones, like the Rancor had to do, but he's able to just do it remotely. So why not stop the one? He is just too passive.
The thing that annoyed me even more was in the beginning, like when it was obvious that Endorsi is betraying the group and he is absorbing the blast from the sword to save her, and this was just, oh, come on. Like, I get it. I've seen your archetype a bazillion times, but that's why it's getting boring. Like, come on. Like, oh no. It was just, no. Why? Just, no.
Exactly. It feels like another death game by now that is not absolutely thought through. I thought there is more to it, but since they decided to introduce points and more rules, and instead of it being just a simple battle royale, the only person who is able to get to the top is the one who is able to climb the tower and win all tasks. But now it's really complicated. Well, some people that don't pass the test, they still pass the test and get to the next stage.
Yeah, they somehow gained enough points, but I don't really understand the system either. Yeah.
Why? Why make it unnecessarily complicated?
But we kind of saw now. I mean, like we could have concluded that from the last episode. Like we saw with that princess from the first episode, and we see her climb the tower with some other dudes, and I think this is what's Yoda's group is like leading up to, that they kind of form this new group from the survivors from this test, and then they're becoming like 5-6 people that are going to climb the tower together. So yeah, but judging also from the fact that the webtoon, like the source material, is running for a bazillion years in a bazillion chapters, we're not going to get anywhere with this 12 episodes. And you know, when something has so many episodes or so much source material, I'm not even sure if it's moving towards anything, and if this, what we both thought was a great potential for the show, like the backstory, the world building, if that even is going to matter at some point, or if it's just some candy in the background and nobody cares about it, and the whole thing is just going to turn into a very, very mediocre shonen battle thing. I mean, like, he is like the utmost mediocre, I don't know, the archetype of a shonen battle shonen MC. Like, oh, I'm so nice, I can't do anything to anyone, and I help everyone regardless of everything.
He has the personality of a harem MC by being pretty and being liked instantaneously by all the girls, and they give him free shit. But he has no personality and no character. He is just boring. But we have also the archetype of it becoming a battle shonen manga anime type of thing, where everyone is just constantly battling and trying to get stronger and trying to get there, and it's running for a million years. Like, I think it's gonna be the One Piece of webtoons without having funny or that interesting characters.
Probably. We're definitely going to get shit for this episode for saying this negative stuff, because everyone apparently loves Kaminoto. And I mean, like, it's not bad or anything, but I think we both had way higher expectations of what the story is going to be, and right now it's just going to be a very, very mediocre, not super well animated, just mediocre in every regard battle shonen anime, and that's kind of sad.
Yeah, I know. Even the fights are not that enticing. You have the fights and it's nice and there's some cool stuff happening, but whenever I get this spark of, yes, finally, now it's getting somewhere, it's already stopping. There is no climax to it. Pun intended. It's frustrating because I really want to like the show more than I currently do. the last episode and this episode kind of disappointed me. Maybe they will get better. We don't know how future arcs will be. And please, people, don't spoil it to us in the comments below. We haven't read the webtoon yet, I know. I don't see it going too well, and I had high hopes just for the adaptation of other webtoons I really love, and some really fun ones or some really clever ones I've read before, and thought, well, it's a new place for a new medium to adapt it into animation style, and we could get really awesome stories out there that exist. But with this, I don't know if it in general will be that as successful as it should be.
Maybe to give the potential audience or audience a little bit of a call to action. If you read the webtoon, we don't want spoilers, but you can, or I would like to know, just to know, totally spoiler free, if the background and the world itself gets more explored, and if it's interesting, or if it's really going to focus more on climbing the tower and battling bigger foes. If that's the focus, that would just be interesting. Totally spoiler free, just this information.
Please let us know in the comments below. Of course, I know it might be disagreeable to you, but please like and subscribe.
Right, you need to know when we upload so you can downvote us.
Yeah, exactly. Please downvote us. Just watch us. You can downvote us. We don't mind. Just watch us regularly. Every week. And subscribe.
Right. And post a hate comment.
Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.
See ya.